for a really awesome and amazing graphic designer? How about an illustrator or a photographer? This is Rainey Roberts, and I wanted to tell you how you can get my designer, illustrator husband, Scotty Roberts, to work for you on your project. Do you have an awesome self-published book but no cover, or even worse, a cover that really sucks? Do you need a kick-ass logo for your company or some f***ing awesome graphic designs for your ads or website? Then get in touch with my husband for the best f***ing awesome kick-ass design and illustration. He knows his stuff, and he's been at this for more years than I've been alive. Go to ScottAllenRoberts.com. That's Scott with 2 T's, ALANROBERTS.com to take a look at his online portfolio of work, or call 651-468-8115. Now go out and kick some ass with some kick-ass graphic design.
Hire my dad, so he can take me to Disneyland.
You're listening to the Intrepid radio program with Scotty Roberts. Intelligent Talk.
Well, happy Monday evening, folks. Welcome to the program. I, of course, am Scotty Roberts. This is my show, the Intrepid radio program, right here on the Odyssey Radio Network. That's ODYSY1.com. You can go on over and see all the goodness that's Odyssey Radio, and also all the places where you can find all the old archives of just the audio version of this show. And, of course, those of you who are here already, but I'll say this for the sake of those perhaps seeing this in other places in archive form, you can come and see the video simulcast here on my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Mr. Scotty Roberts. Boom. And you can also go, wait, I've got some things up here. I'm going to have some problems with sound. There you go. I almost didn't catch that with the feedback, but we caught it caught. And what was I going to say? Welcome to the show. Oh, I was going to say down below here, and just below, you'll see the join button. You can hit that button and you can join this channel on my YouTube channel, become a member. There are perks, believe it or not. Those of you who've signed up, there are perks. And we've been off the perks for a while, but we'll get back on them and soon enough. But if you want to join up, show is free all the time, every night. And the archives are free. But if you want to help support this show and this channel, you can support it to the tune of $2 a month, $5 a month, or $15 a month. And you can see at those levels the different things that you're supposed to be getting. And will be getting again soon. So thank you. Appreciate the fact that you are here. And yes, Master Finn, thank you for bringing that to my attention regarding the, I found that we had a 60-second delay in between. This is still going to be a problem for me tonight, the throat. In between the posts that you could make. And so I lowered that down to 2 seconds. Still shows that we're on a slow chat, but it's only slow to the tune of 2 seconds. So there you go. And it's been one of those days today. Slow day for me. Not that I don't have things to do, just a little slower today. Still dealing with the whole chest and throat thing, so pardon my voice. As I go along, you are going to hear me doing a little coughing tonight. So I'm not going to go reach for that cough button every time. And so everybody, welcome to the show. Master Finn, welcome. Matthew Sainsbury, welcome. Doug Stack, good to see you here, despite all your busyness with your new business. And Susie Q, glad to see you here tonight. And who else we got? We got Morning Crankers. How you doing? Good to see you. I don't know which one of you I got here, but it's nice to have you here in the program tonight. And what else we got going on? Who else we got going on? I got a few of you. This is what I like about doing the live show here with the live chat room. I can say hey to all of you. And for those of you not appearing in the chat over here, and you're just hanging in the wings, welcome to you too. And good to have you here. All right. We've been talking about lots of different things. Friday, as you know, I got a little sidetracked from our topic, which say it ain't so. That happens here quite a bit. And what got me sidetracked on Friday? It was the 145th anniversary, if you can call it an anniversary, of the Custer. What did I want to say? It's the Custer battlefield. You see, my mind is going today too. Of the Battle of the Little Bighorn. That's what I'm going for. Custer's Last Stand. All of that. And of course, the Native Americans, they referred to that place as the greasy grass. And it's the sound that the grass makes. You know, when you walk through long grass. We used to do this in Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts and talk about songs where you go walking through the grass and you rub your hands together. So it makes that sound out there. So that's where we got sidetracked. We were supposed to speak about esoteric Egypt and about the cosmology of ancient Egypt and the cosmology of the ancient gods. Guys, you got to forgive my cough. I caught the cough button that time because it was going to be a big jag, which it was. And it's still working on me. It's still messing with me. So you know what? It's probably not going to be a long show tonight. Let's see how long my voice holds out. What with the coughing and all that. I've got a... God, I hope this thing starts to lighten up pretty soon. I've got some kind of virus going on. I've had it before. I've had it pre-COVID. It's a bronchial thing. It's just the way it goes. Yeah, I need some throat spray, and I've got some around here somewhere. And wait, I wonder if it's still sitting over here. Oh, well, let's knock everything else down while I do it. Nope, I don't see it. It was right there. I don't know where it is now. But, hey, if any of you are computer techs, I need a little help with something. Anybody out there a computer geek? I finally broke down a couple of weeks ago, and I bought this baby. Now this sits here alongside my computer desk. Okay, you see that? That is a drawing tablet, and this is so I can start doing more of the computerized illustration, where I can take the stylus and I can draw right on the pad here. And it is compatible with my Mac computer, my Apple. And it's all plugged in. I got all the right to go get the right adapters and all of that. And sure enough, it does funky things when I hook it up. And I think I bought it through Amazon, but it comes from overseas. So the tech support is nil. I wrote an email. That was the only way I could contact them. I looked up videos for the certain problem I was having. There's nothing. Nobody talks on the video. It just plays music and shows you little diagrams of what to click and what to do. But so I need somebody who knows something about this. Otherwise, I'm going to have to find another way to figure it out. But I plug it in, and when I turn it on, it makes both the screens flash, like every 1 to 2 seconds. And so both of them start doing it. And I can't seem to get rid of that. So I'm wondering if it's a driver. I need an updated. Yeah, maybe Matt Finn. I was thinking that. I downloaded the driver from their website, and that doesn't seem to be doing the trick. So I'm wondering if there is an updated driver, as you just said, that I might need to pick up and go see if they've got something new. This is only, I think, last year's model. It wasn't even being sold as used or old or anything like that. It's just not the latest and greatest. It's a step back from the latest and greatest. And that's going to allow me to do some pretty cool stuff, incorporate into my regular illustration work. So I don't. I'm on radio, though. I'm pretty sure she's out there. Children. You know, you can tell them over and 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 over again, hey, when Dad's door is shut at 9 o'clock, it's radio time. And we encourage some of the barging in and some of the family stuff. It's kind of fun. But there's my little girl opening the door. Do you know where Mom is? No, I don't. I'm sitting in here. So never fails, Matt. That's exactly it. So morning crankers, I will take that advice on. Like Matt said, update drivers and firmware. I got to see if there's a different update for the software on this, the driver. And because I want to get this baby going. I want to see what we can do. I've never done illustration work solely on the computer. I will do traditional hand painted, hand drawing, and I'll manipulate things. I can scan it, bring it into Photoshop. I manipulate colors and lighting and stuff like that. And sometimes if there's a mistake, I can eradicate the thing that's a problem and redraw it, things like that, and blend it nicely. But I'm a Photoshop, I will say, unabashedly, I'm a Photoshop guru. I've been doing Photoshop since 1989, since before many of you were born. When my wife says, he's been at this longer than I've been alive, she says in the ad. That's true. My wife was born in 1980, and I was in high school in the late 70s, and I started doing the work I'm doing now in 1977 when I was a junior in high school. So 3 years before she was born. So I've been doing it that long. Yes, I'm stepping into a bold new world. So it should be interesting because I saw some work that was done, and maybe some other night I'll prep this ahead of time and show you some of the work I've seen out there. But the traditional illustrator used oils and used watercolors and all those different things for doing book covers and stuff like that and book design. And he went over to digital and he said he'll never go back. And his stuff is phenomenal. It's that kind of stuff you see. I don't have anything sitting around here, but it's that stuff that you see that on magic cards and science fiction novels and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I've got that sitting right here on the side. One of these days I'll get that thing working. So is that Jeremy, the Morning Crankers? Is that you, Jeremy? How you doing, brother? Good to see you in here. And I try to catch your show every now and then. And I pop in and I pop out. If I don't catch it live, I usually play it later. So, but it's good to have you in here, brother. And Ryan Gale, good to see you. You do all your illustrating on computer, really? Now, Ryan's a fantastic illustrator. I wish I had your book handy. It's in one of my shelves here somewhere. I'd show it off. Wesley, thank you. I appreciate that. And, you hate to be so mercenary, but it would be nice if that made me a multimillionaire, but it hasn't yet. So it pays the bills for the last 40 years, and that's about it. Now, throat and cough notwithstanding, we're going to progress forward as best we can tonight. And I use gouache. I use my watercolor like a gouache, by the way, Wesley, and a little more opaque. I don't watercolor everything, big washy and blur and all of that stuff. I use it pretty opaquely. So, starting to feel like Dan Pena about money. I don't even know who Dan Pena is or Pena. Yeah, I am a little scratchy tonight, Barbie D. And it's just from the day. I haven't been yelling and screaming all day. It's this little chest thing I got going on, and it's in my throat, and I cough, and it's not COVID. I had COVID in January, and I've told you all on this show how we survived COVID. We did all right. And, COVID's got like a 98.7% survival rate. And that's why I was always amazed with all the over-the-top stuff going on and how many people they claim died of COVID. And so that's where conspiracy theories come in and politics come in and all of that. Now, we had COVID back in January. I think one of my kids brought it home from Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts. And it hit me one day. I felt like I had a big sinus headache, just booming. But I never ran a fever. I never had a temperature the whole time. I didn't have any coughing. It didn't affect me on a respiratory level. And but I felt like I got hit by a truck for about 3 or 4 days. It was 2-3 days I was in bed. And I was like, I'm not even getting up. And I didn't even think it was COVID because it didn't seem all that serious. I was just tired. I was knocked out from my feet. And then when I lost my sense of taste, my taste buds went afoul about 2 or 3 days in, and I thought, maybe this is COVID. I should go get it tested. So we did, and sure enough, I had it. And then Rainey got it, like a week later. And same kind of symptoms. Her taste buds didn't come back as fast as mine. Mine came back in about a week to 10 days. And that was it for us for COVID. And then I've got, as you all know, I've got 3 kids at home. 2 of my children caught COVID. And, but you never would have known it. It didn't seem to affect anything. It's like one day my son acted, like I got a cold. I'm just going to lay down, fell asleep on the sofa. Up and running around the next day. One of the girls got it. Running all over the place. You would never have known she was even sick, but they both tested positive. Now, the funny thing is, with all the mask wearing and all the social distancing and all that stuff, my 3rd child, being around all us unmasked people here at home, quarantined for 2 weeks, being around all us unmasked, no social distancing. We didn't kiss on the lips or anything like that. We didn't want to spread it, but we got one child who never got it. Still to this day hasn't had it. So there it is. So we had COVID in the house. I don't have COVID now, although I feel run down. It's run me down. And so there you go. There's all my long, lengthy, not short description of why my throat is scratchy tonight. Everybody suffers differently, they say. Some don't even have any symptoms at all, while others have fever and severe illness. Yeah, I know some people who were hospitalized on respirators, things like that, way early on. I know a couple of people who died very early on. Now, there's a lot of question out there as to people who died during COVID, the height of it all. There was a lot of talk about hospitals and clinics, that they would get certain governmental money if they made sure that COVID was the reason somebody died. Now, that's a big conspiracy theory. Who knows what the truth is behind that? But for all the red glowing nose, that's got nothing to do with nothing. That's I got some. I can't even remember what they call it. I asked my doc a couple of years ago. I said, "What's with my nose?" It's the nose, and it's like this little thing on my cheek. It's like rosacea or something. What do they call that? Where you see older guys that get the red nose and the red cheeks. I'm getting that. Now, I'm not a heavy drinker, so it's from something else. It could be diabetes related. It could be blood pressure related, whatever it is. So I got it. And there are times it's not as bright as other days. And sometimes I get out in the sun. And if I get the color on the rest of my face, like I had last week, a little bit of color, it tends to diminish a little bit because it all starts to blend in together. But that irritates me. That's another one of those things about growing old that irritates the piss out of me. Things like this with my nose and my cheeks. And you start to look older because you get, it's like I get little spots, sunspots on my temples. It's like, what the hell is that? Where'd that come from? Maybe it's I spent too much time in the sun when I was younger. I don't know what it is. Why do we get that? I don't have liver spots, thank goodness. And I'm not overtly wrinkly yet, but I am starting to get a little jowly, and I'm getting a little, a little spotty. And got my wrinkles, my crow's feet, my white hair, my loss of hair. All those things are great signs of getting older. So there it is. That's what that is. So Matthew says these new COVID variants, though, are more contagious and more dangerous. So they say. We don't know. And then I asked the question, how much is fear-mongering? How much is out there for the sake of some reason we're not being told? So there's the big questions that are out there. So anyway, that's not the topic for tonight, and I'm not prepared to talk about it, so I probably won't very much more. It's way too hot to go out in the sun. You look at me, I'm wearing a sweater tonight. It's been in the 80s, and it was humid here. Last week and the week before, it was like the hundreds, low 100s, and the high dew points, and just oppressive outside. And then it shot down to a week ago today. Our high was 66 degrees when my daughters came up and took the whole family out to the Minnesota Zoo. Gorgeous day. Beautiful, deep blue sky with the big puffy white clouds. It was a gorgeous day, but it only got up to 66 degrees. And then a couple days later, it was back up to 90. So I think today it was like 86 degrees here. So, but now we had a storm front roll through. Didn't get much rain out of it. But it cooled us down. So much so that I slipped on a sweater tonight. It's like, ooh, I'm cold. Maybe that's another sign of growing old too. I get cold quicker. Steve had a small tornado Friday. What's a small tornado? Tornado's a tornado. Small tornado, is that the kind like, I don't know, Paul Bunyan grabbed a tornado by the tail and flipped it around and got rid of it, kind of thing. I don't know. Small tornado Friday. But yeah, it's supposed to be in the 80s here all week. And I don't know what the dew points are going to do. That will determine whether 80s is a comfortable living temperature. So I wanted to talk a little bit more and start getting into the cosmology of the ancient Egyptians, because we've been talking about all this is a big series I've started on the gods of Egypt. And before I dig really deep into the individual gods, I wanted to talk about the background, the mythology, which we've already done a little bit. I wanted to talk about the cosmology of the ancient Egyptian gods. And I've got, there was some stuff here that I wanted to talk about in cosmology, where we start talking about Mut and talking about the shape of the world and time and the major myths in creation. Now, if you don't know what cosmology is, you probably can figure it out by just thinking about the word a little bit. Cosmology, cosmos, is in that word. So it has something to do with astronomy, something that is the study of the stars. But you throw in there, what is cosmology? It's the science of the origin and development of the universe. It's a modern astrology is dominated by the Big Bang Theory, which brings together observational astronomy and particular or particle physics of all kinds. And so that's one definition of what cosmology is. You look at it and say cosmology is a branch of astronomy. And we used to get it mixed up because when I was in church, astrology, GY, was not allowed. Oh, that's that tarot stuff. That's that devil, Satan worshiping stuff. Telling the future and all that. So we used to get them mixed up, astronomy and astrology. And I said, astronomy is because we used to say back then, astronomy is for me, astronomy, but astrology is not. So no clever phrases to go with that, but there it is. So cosmology is this branch of astronomy that involves the origin and the evolutions of the universe. And it's from the Big Bang to today, on into the future, eventually looking at, decay of the universe, the entropic studies and all of that. According to NASA, the definition of a cosmology is, quote, the scientific study of the large-scale properties of the universe as a whole, end quote. And so cosmologists puzzle over all these exotic concepts like string theory. You know what string theory is? I had some good books on that. We'll have to talk about string theory sometime. Do you have any idea what string theory is? String theory, where there's several different dimensional universes engaged at one time. And they could cross over, but they don't. So it's a theory. That's just a minuscule definition of string theory. There's dark matter, there's dark energy, and whether there's one universe or many, sometimes called the multiverse. Do you think that there's anything that would lead you to believe that there is such a thing or not such a thing as a multiverse? That multiverse that says there are many different levels of existence. A good introduction for me, excuse me, I have to battle with this tonight. I'll go as long as I can. But one of my earliest introductions to multiverse and string theory was from something that I never knew, was talking about string theory or the multiverse. Any of you old Star Trek fans out there? The original series. Hey, Audrey. I was looking for you because I know you're an old Star Trek fan like me. You remember the episode Mirror, Mirror, where they're in the transporter and there's no scientific explanation as to how it works. It's science fiction. But transporter malfunction, and Kirk and his landing party, they get transferred over to another universe, a mirror universe, only everything's different. And the Federation over there is more like the conquering Klingon Empire. And so it was a very interesting little foray into string theory and multiverse. So if you've ever seen that, the captain's alter ego, yeah. And not the one where the transporter split him into two people, is in essence good and evil, which there's no scientific explanation for that either. It was just good science fiction. But the multiverse. Could there be numerous versions of you existing out there in other universes? That's what string theory multiverse is all about. And so that's cosmology. Now, taking that and applying that to the study of Egyptian history, the study of Egyptian mythology, you can look at it, and this is what I called tonight's show, the cosmology of ancient Egypt. And the Egyptian word written Mat, M-A-A-T, refers to the fundamental order of the universe in Egyptian belief. So this is Egyptian cosmology, just like there is Jewish cosmology, Islamic cosmology, Christian cosmology, and any different kind of belief system you'd like to put to it. That's where it's taken it necessarily out of science, which is the bland, if you will. Bland is not the word I was looking for, but the plain definition of cosmology, astronomy, the evolution of the universe, the study of that. Well, then you can add the spiritual dimension to that. And established as the creation of the world, Mat distinguishes the world from the chaos that preceded it and surrounded it. And Mat encompasses both the proper behavior of humans and the normal functioning of the forces of nature, both of which make life and happiness possible. Because the actions of the gods govern natural forces, and myths express those actions. And Egyptian mythology represents the proper functioning of the world and the sustenance of life itself, the very spark of life in the universe. And so, to the Egyptians, the most important human maintainer of Mut is the pharaoh, the king. And so in myth, the pharaoh is the son of a variety of deities. As such, he's their designated representative obliged to maintain order in human society, just as they do in nature, and to continue the rituals that sustain them and their activities. So this is why the pharaoh was so This is why the pharaoh was so esteemed and elevated to the level of God. This is what he did. Popping a 40? The last time you saw Sean Connery, he was popping a 40 in the alley behind the library. Not quite sure what that euphemism is. Popping a 40. Might have been a multiverse version. Mr. Connery kicked the bucket in our timeline. Yeah, that's true. And so remember, your head leaves your neck, it's over. So, line from Highlander. So, in cosmology, then, you've got Mut, the universe. Then there's the shape of the world in Egyptian cosmology. In Egyptian belief, the disorder that predates the ordered world exists beyond the world as an infinite expanse of formless water, personified by the god Nun, N-U-N, spelled like Nun. And it's Nun. And the earth personified by God, the God, Geb, G-E-B. It's a flat piece of land over which arches the sky, the firmament, usually represented by the goddess Nut, spelled like nut. And the two are separated by the personification of air, Shu, S-H-U. The sun god Ra, or Re, Ra, it's Ra, is said to have traveled through the sky, across the body of Nut, enlivening the world with his light. And at night, Ra passes between the western horizon into the Duat, the D-U-A-T, the Duat, and a mysterious region. It's a mysterious region that borders the formlessness of Nun. And at dawn, he emerges from the Duat in the eastern horizon. And so the nature of the sky and the location of the Duat are uncertain. Egyptian texts variously describe the nighttime sun as traveling beneath the earth, which was flat, of course. With the curved, we talked about the curved in the Mesopotamian legends. The curved sky was known as the Mu, the M-U, the curved firmament of sky. And so this is where the sun was supposed to go at night, traveled underneath the earth, all the way back around to the other horizon. And the Egyptologist James P. Allen said that these explanations of the sun's movements are dissimilar but coexisting ideas. Hey, Rainey.
Thanks, Donnie.
Like Rainey and I. Existing, coexisting, but different ideas.
Totally different freaking ideas.
Come and say hi.
What?
Come and say hi.
What?
It's my beautiful wife, Rainey. How you doing?
I'm just eating a really late dinner.
Salad. I gotta have a salad when I'm done here too.
Whatever. You're
I'm
gonna
hungry.
go have like a bowl of cereal.
Sloppy Joes.
Ah.
Nice. My, what big teeth you have.
Mm-hmm.
So,
The better to bite you with.
well, folks, we're going to wrap the show right now. So, hey, Rainey, says Barbie D.
Hi, Barbie.
Hey, beautiful
Hi,
Rainey,
Susie.
says Susie Q. There you go. Yeah, you can read some of those. Morning crackers.
Yep. Crankers, elderberry. Hi, everybody.
Yeah. So there she is.
Audrey, hi.
Nice to see you. I'm happy to see you.
We got Matthew, too. I don't want to forget everybody. Hi, everybody.
You're coming on very garlicky with that. Is it garlic?
It's Chipotle Ranch.
Chipotle Ranch.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's a little spicy.
Right on.
Pretty sure it's going to give me indigestion.
Just like me, I'm just a little spicy.
And then because indigestion at night causes really bad anxiety, I'm going to wake up thinking I'm dying.
Uh-oh.
And then I'm going to stay awake all night because that's the way it works.
Well, we can do some mouth-to-mouth. I'll do some mouth-to-mouth and we'll...
What was that? Mouth.
Woo, that's coming on strong. It's good. It smells like it tastes good. But
Yeah. Does it smell as bad as cigarette breath?
you've been
No, it
smoking?
doesn't. No, but you did today, and then you kissed
I
me. It was
did.
gross.
I had one today, and I thought, because I haven't had one very often because of this. I'm just like, blah. It just didn't taste good.
Maybe you're dying.
Maybe I am. There's no flies gathering, though. So,
Yeah, they're all in the living room.
yeah, they're all out there. Why do you lick Scotty like a pudding pop? Says
I used to.
Elderberry.
He's icky now.
Yeah. Yeah. Now she doesn't, she just bites me more than licks me.
That or
So-
nipple
Oh,
squeeze.
that's
Or the other tap.
that's a two-way street.
No, it's not.
I want to land that
Yeah, go ahead.
stool leg
Put
on
on
your
again.
toes. So, yeah, she gives me the sack thwack, whatever you call it. So
I'm going to call it that now.
Ryan Gales writes, salad is just a vehicle for dressing and croutons.
Heck yeah.
Hell
I
yeah,
can't eat croutons, so it's dressing and cheese.
dressing and cheese.
And it's a three-way cheddar bag. So it's like Vermont cheddar and sharp cheddar and something else cheddar.
Wow,
Heck yeah.
menage a cheese.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're talking about Egyptian cosmology and junk. We've talked about other junk already too. All kinds of junk. tonight.
Cosmology, like makeup. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh.
Cosmology.
Sorry. I had to go there.
Oh, that's like eyeshadow and things,
Yeah.
right?
But their
So,
eye makeup.
yeah. So,
They're talking about what's a pudding pop. Have you seriously not had?
Oh,
Amanda,
pudding
So
pops.
you're in Australia. You probably don't know.
elderberry is, yeah.
No, not elderberry. Amanda B.
Oh, Amanda B. How you doing? I didn't see you
She
there.
said, "What's a pudding pop?"
A pudding pop.
It's-
Probably couldn't get an orange push-up without it.
What?
That's why. That's Wesley. A creamy frozen dessert on a stick. It's
they're
basically
really good. They're not. I don't think they make
It's-
them anymore.
it's don't they make them? Why wouldn't they make pudding pops? I remember we used to get them all the time when I was a kid.
Yep.
So pudding pops, it's like a popsicle except it's made out of pudding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Frozen pudding on a stick.
Frozen pudding on a stick.
Mhm.
So
Delicious.
delish. So yeah, I'm soaking up as much as I can get of you tonight because you're never here on Sundays anymore. You got so much going on.
I know.
So
And this coming Sunday is what, the 3rd? I think I'm supposed to
I don't know.
go
Yes.
somewhere with my mom. No, the 4th is the 4th on Sunday. What's on Sunday? Where's the calendar?
I don't know.
Where's the calendar?
Here, I'll look at the calendar.
Look at the calendar.
Here's a calendar.
It's out in the kitchen.
Right here. You can see this is just lining up for the show. July.
Sunday is the 4th.
Sunday's the 4th.
Sunday, I will be going to Flake Lake, Forest Lake, and doing the parade with.
Can
the
you go
family.
after the show?
No. How long's the show gonna go till?
Well, you can be here for a little bit and then.
Well, I got to get to Forest Lake before all the parade craziness goes.
Oh,
'cause
parade craziness.
You got to get there early enough to be able to drive into park.
Yeah. So Sunday's the holiday. Don't you hate holidays that are on the weekend?
Heck no.
They should extend the weekend.
Well, they're extending it into Monday.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, great.
It should normally be a two-day.
You would think it should be.
Should be.
It should be. The 4th and 5th of July.
And then after that, we're going to a family picnic up at the cabin. Pat's family picnic up at a...
Way up at the cabin?
No, a lake cabin.
I was going to say, that's like 5 hours from here.
Yeah, not that far.
So.
It's on like Coon Lake or something.
So there you go. There's my personal calendar.
If anybody else is going to be at the Forest Lake Parade, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll try to not... Well, I won't not find you, but I'll try to not find you because... I'm assuming it's going to be a wild, crazy mess like it's been, if not more, because it didn't happen last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well.
Can I go eat my salad now? I can eat my salad in front of all you if you want to watch me chaw.
Yeah, you can do that.
But.
I like to watch you chaw.
I know. Chaw where on my salad. Nom, 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 nom.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. So.
Audrey's going on an investigation.
Oh, UAP. The new term for UFOs. If you didn't know that, is now UAPs.
I did not know that.
Yep. Going for the weekend. Well, that's pretty cool. Hey, Robert Bannon. Good to see you.
Hey.
You got here when Rainey was here. So. All right.
Oh, you got it stuck in there. Ellery. I got Rowan a bracelet loom. Woo! Except Rowan hasn't been home today because she's been off playing with friends.
She made one for me.
That
You
Ellery,
have to get me one tomorrow.
Orange and blue one.
Ellery has now used up all of her rubber bands
I haven't.
making
Uh-oh.
bracelets today. There you go. I started it.
All right.
It's that one. I love you.
Love you too.
Have fun. Are we gonna watch the zombie movie when we go to bed?
Why don't you guys go do your thing? You go eat your salad.
I'm gonna go eat my salad and go watch Black Summer.
No!
Yeah.
No.
Too dark out for horror movies.
Never too
child.
dark.
For the child.
Nah, she'll fall asleep.
So.
All right. I'm out.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Nice to see you. Glad
Yeah.
you stopped in.
Yeah, nice to see you all.
Didn't go to bed, so I got out of here and everybody's sleeping.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What are you doing down there, Ellie? Where'd you go? I can see you. There she is.
My little love bug.
Say hi and bye all at once. So there you go. Good familial interruption.
Damn it.
Where are you?
All right. There you go. There you go. All right, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Have a good Monday night.
Yeah. Boy, we've only got 16 minutes left of this show. If I can make it that far. So my throat is just raspy tonight. So.
For the cough drop.
Yeah, I could do a cough drop. See you in a little bit. There you go, folks. It's the other beauty of doing my show. I always say Sunday's informal. Every day's informal. At the rate it's going. So there you go. She's off eating salad, taking care of kids. Yeah, they do, morning crankers, Jeremy. My kids all love horror movies until nighttime. It's like, I don't want to watch it. I get bad dreams. But they want to watch it. They want to close all the curtains in the house and turn off all the lights and watch horror movies. And so there you go. Hey, Morgan Snow. Good to see you. So I hate to say I am that distracted, but my wife distracts me. It's plain and simple. I love it when she comes in. And so that's why I like to bring her over whenever she's here, because we don't get that much chance with all the busyness she has on Sundays. And now, again, this Sunday, I just learned, just along with you, she's taking all the kids up to her mom's. I don't go up there. So, so that's where they're going on 4th of July day. The nice thing about it is it'll be quiet around here. So, but that's why, when you've got situations like that, I'd like to have our own stuff that we do, but she still has family obligations. It's obligatory. And so she's got to go up and do all that. So you know how that is. So let's see. What am I seeing? What am I missing? What did Matt say? Somewhere way back there, I guess. Oh, need a little grandpappy's cough medicine. Yes, I do. And I got some sitting around here somewhere in a couple of bottles with corks in them. A couple of flasks of cough medicine. Yeah, I got to get some rest. I actually fell asleep this afternoon. I was walking around. Don't you hate that when you wake up tired? That's what I did today. We're not getting very far along in cosmology here, are we? We'll pick that up again tomorrow night. I'm so off the beaten track with it right now. I don't know if I could get back in and do it justice, or if I should even get back in and do it justice. I might even call the show a little early tonight because of the way my throat is. It's hard to, the brandy and honey thing. I don't think I have any brandy here. I've got scotch and I've got Irish whiskey. And I don't think I've got Matthew Sainsbury. You're right. Jefferson and John Adams both died on the 4th of July. The 50th anniversary of. Moonshine. That'll just burn me. It'll burn out the infection. So, and I don't even know why it hangs on so long. It just bothers the hell out of me. But there it is. That's what it's doing. James said, wow, I just got distracted like crazy by my wife. Some game on her phone she plays. Just added husbands in and by their game's description. I don't know who. There you go. Yeah, man, take the time you need to recover and get rest. Thanks, Robert. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just got to knock this thing out. It's just bothering me now. And of course, everybody looks at you when you walk around a store and you you cough into your sleeve. It's like, why aren't you wearing a mask? Well, because I don't think I'm infectious at this point. And it's not COVID. So it's just a cold. It's a bronchial thing with me. So anyway, there we go. What do we got? It's 12 minutes. I hope none of you mind. I'm probably going to wrap it up here pretty quick. Mostly because I can't mentally get back into the game after my wife comes in here and distracts me. And frozen custard. I'm going to have to try that for the throat. Same down there in Texas, says Robert. The hell wrote that? But that's some bull fecal matter. Whatever. Metal grain bin was ripped out of the ground, carried a half mile and dropped to the ground. Was that just now, Steve? Are you talking about your little tornado? Wow. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm going to go watch some horror movies with the wife and kids. And and sit and just veg my brain out. So sorry, I don't usually like to do that. You know this show. It's not so formal that I can't be informal with you guys. So I do appreciate everybody who's come in here tonight. I appreciate you giving me your time. That means a lot to me. And we'll get back into this cosmology thing. I really want to get into this because I think it's something that's very interesting. Getting an understanding of cosmology and how different religions and ancient religion looked at it. And I think you'll really enjoy this. And I might, it's again in the back of my mind of doing a book on this. You know, I went down to the little game store here in town, Gathering Games. It's where Flynn goes and plays card games, Pokemon and stuff like that. And they've got all these fantastic board games. And I have always mused over whether or not it would be a good idea to do some of these card board games, sophisticated board games on the gods of Egypt and the storylines behind them and all of that stuff. That might be really interesting to get into. So anyway, that's all at the base of this. think it'd be fun for us to understand with all these gods in Egypt, what they all meant and why it affected their cosmology, so their view of the universe. Hey, Dave Potter. Good to see you. You missed Rainey. She just left here a couple minutes ago. So I should introduce my kids to Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I should. Flynn is into gaming. And so, yeah, I got to do some stuff with them, some role-playing stuff with Flynn. I think that'd be a lot of fun. A best of replay. Why? You get better, Scotty. You've got the hard job of choosing what replay is played. Yeah, and it's hard to do replays here on the YouTube channel because I can't set them up with a timer to go off at any certain time. You got to reload them again, so it's just a pain in the butt. So, Pokemon. So there it is. I'm just dragging it out a little bit. I'm going to go. It's 9:52. We've been here almost an hour. Cutting it a little short tonight because I've really got almost no voice left. And it's scratchy and it hurts. So I'm going to go do something about that. And go snuggle with my wife. That'll take care of that. I'm pretty sure. All right, guys. You all have a good evening. And you know what? Live long and prosper. And I will see you back here tomorrow night.
You're listening to the Intrepid radio program with Scotty Roberts. Intelligent talk.